So today I'm going to be showing you guys some of the things that I have found to be essentials for breastfeeding. First thing I want to start out talking about is the Boppy Pillow. Pretty much every mom I know has one, has had one, or has had a similar product as this. Now you can use regular pillows. Yes, I know that. I did that in the hospital until my aunt brought me the Boppy. And honestly, once I started using that instead of regular pillows, I have never looked back. The Boppy just, it conforms around your body, it helps you position the baby, it helps keep the baby up where the baby needs to be. It's like your helping hand, basically. And if you've had a C-section, it takes so much of the pressure off your stomach and makes it so much more enjoyable and painless to breastfeed. Next thing that I want to talk about is Lanolin. You can buy this stuff. It comes in, I think, this 1.4 ounce size, and then they come in smaller sizes and bigger, I think, too. But this one's about a $10 tube. I've had this tube since my first daughter was born, and it's still in date, and there's still some left in it. It just takes itty bitty amount, and this stuff works wonders. Next thing I want to talk about is the nipple shield. This one is a Nook one. Event makes them, Medela makes them. This one's a cheap one. You can get it off Walmart.com, and it's about $5, I think, for the shield and a case. And the Nook ones I actually prefer. I like them a lot better. I feel like they stay better. They feel a little bit better. They're not as, see, it leaves more of your breast exposed. I like that. The reason I feel like these are a must-have is, especially if you're just starting out breastfeeding and you're like me and you have any problems, that thing is going to become your best friend. I don't think I would have made it through the first 4 months of breastfeeding if I hadn't been using nipple shields. Next thing I want to talk about is basically going to be your pump and your pumping supply. So the first thing I want to start with is your bags. If you're stockpiling for any reason, whether you want to go back to work or leave the baby with a sitter or just because you want that stockpile, you're going to need lots and lots of bags. I think I've probably been through over 300 bags by now. And I have not found any one brand to be better. I've only had one of these ever bust out of that, and most of the bags I've ever had have been this Lanolin brand or the Kindy Twist bags. So I really don't recommend a certain brand. I just recommend stocking up on the bags if you're going to pump any. Next thing I would really recommend if you're going to be doing much pumping is these Medela Quick Clean Wipes. They do not replace washing, but if you're pumping on the go, which I have done a few times, you can basically use these wipes and kind of halfway clean it. You know, wipe all the milk out of the bottles, out of the flange, and kind of get up in the tube and wipe the membrane and stuff like that. So they are good for that, so the milk doesn't dry and you're not left with a caked on gross mess when you get home. I do recommend those. Next thing I'm going to talk about is the pump. Your pump is so essential, especially if you're going to be doing much pumping. I do not recommend any kind of cheap brand of pump. Any of my mom friends, anyone that I have ever talked to, we all have agreed that our experience with cheap non-Medela brand pumps has not been a pleasant one. They don't have the same suction, they don't have the same functions, they're just not as good in my opinion. So I would definitely recommend just going ahead, saving up your money, investing. Sometimes your insurance will have a copay and you can get a Medela pump. They are more expensive, but that is because they are so much better. Now, to go with your Medela pump, I recommend definitely having extra accessories. Like this one, I think it came with 2 bottles, but I've got way more. I recommend buying extra tubing, extra flanges, membranes, pump bodies, all that stuff, all of it. Because if you do much pumping and you get behind on a washing or something like that, and you need to pump right then, you might not have stuff clean. So it's just a whole lot easier if you just have extras. Next thing that I want to talk about is basically your nursing wear and your nursing pads. So I'm going to start out with bras. In the beginning, I started out with like one bra, and I quickly realized that with all the leaking that I had and engorgement and stuff like that, it just was not working. So I have a huge collection, and I recommend you have at least 3 different kinds of bras. A sleep bra, a regular day bra, and then kind of one that makes you feel a little bit prettier, or for specialer occasions, or, you know, if you want to just feel like a normal human again in ways. So the sleep ones, you can get these at Target, at Walmart, online. These ones, two of these came from Target and one came from Walmart. The middle one came from Walmart and the top and bottom are Target. And this is just a sleep bra. They pull to the side really easy. You can use them during the day. They're really comfy. They're really great for in the beginning when you have a lot of that engorgement. The next one is just a regular day bra. It has, you know, your easy clasp that you can do one-handed. Your next kind is going to be that normal one that I talked about. This looks like a normal bra, but as you can see, it's actually a nursing bra. And I only have like two, you know, kind of normal looking, like they look like real actual bras. Not that these aren't real actual bras, but you know, they look kind of like something your grandmother might wear. But I like these, you know, they make you feel kind of pretty and maybe for a moment like you're still your old self. And the next thing that I want to talk about is a nursing cover. I did not start out with a nursing cover, and I wish I would have, especially in the beginning when I was really shy and uncomfortable and uncertain of myself. I wish I would have started out with one. But I have one now, and it's a summer one that I got. It's really breathable, and this is actually the case that it's in, so this is really great. I got this one off Amazon. I think it was about $30. The next thing I want to talk to you about is your nursing pads. I started out wearing a lot of disposables, and that quickly became very expensive because I leaked a ton, and I still do. But I still use disposables when I go out somewhere or overnight sometimes, depending on the circumstances. Next thing that I want to talk to you about is your reusable or rewashable ones. I have bought like Walmart, those Loving Moments by Leading Lady or whatever it's called, the Walmart brand, and I have also gotten Bamboobies, and I prefer the Bamboobies. They are more expensive, but they are so much better. They do not protect from all leaks though, and although it can be done, it is difficult to get them positioned correctly in your bra and in your top so that they don't show. These are the overnight ones. They're a little bit thicker, but if you're a heavy leaker, they will be soaked and you will be drenched. These are just your regular day ones. They're ultra thin. You can see they're really little. They're cute. They come in colors. They're pretty nice, but once again, if you're a heavy leaker, they will become soaked and your shirt will be soaked too. But that is pretty much it for what I have found to be extremely helpful for a breastfeeding mother.